I am speaking with the executive director of FIDA Kenya, Akondani. Right? She is here. She made it. And I'm very, very happy. And Ireri, welcome back.
Thank you, Olivia. So nice to be back on.
And you're smiling. You're so happy. I'm excited. I'm totally and utterly excited to talk more about the Academy, to talk more about Voter Dada. Because let's get one thing straight. ILO Convention 190. Ingeratibiwa zamani if we had more women in leadership.
Yes.
So tell me, since the last time we spoke,
Yes.
where are we now with Voter Dada?
Thank you, Olivia. Wow, it's been very hectic. It's been a whirlwind. We have been busy on the ground. Since we last spoke, we went out to the 8 counties, the 8 regions, which represent 47 counties. So we have been present in every corner of this country. I can confirm that FIDA is on the ground.
Every time I call you, oh, no, I'm in Mombasa. Oh, I'm in Masingishu. I'm like, okay.
And imagine, Olivia, we do all these people, and I really would wish Kenyans would remember we are non-governmental. We're not government, but we try our best. The sacrifice by my team, the people on the ground, our foot soldiers, the CBOs we work with is just amazing.
Yes.
So we have been to every corner of this country. We met women in 8 regions that are former provinces of this country. Yes. We have formed 8 strong, powerful movements representing women of each corner of this country, and they're raring to go. So
Wonderful.
We are very excited. We have begun the groundwork, and now, on Monday, no less than 400 women meet in Nairobi. All aspirants, all ready to launch their manifestos and campaigns, ready to take over Kenya, ready to show that women leadership can and has been proven, ready to be on the ballot in 2022, 9th of August.
That is absolutely incredible. We're going to be hearing more about that because Monday is going to be the day. Good morning. I am Olivia Otieno. This is Double O Direct. Women host songs by women guests. Only women, and a focus on a different woman in fashion every single week. Thank you so much, Katush. Yeah? Even the ED, FIDA Kenya, has said yes. Double O, that is a dress. Now, Ireri, that primaries are in April. What work will FIDA Kenya be engaging in to prepare women candidates? Yeah, those who've declared they want to run between now and then.
Thank you very much. Yes, the primaries are in April. We do know from history that's one of the most definitive moments for any politician.
Yes.
Because political parties are still by large the vehicle that politicians use to get or to ascend into office. And it is especially harder for women. And remember, when you look at women, there are also intersectionalities. You have younger women, women with disability, minority women, marginalized women. But collectively as FIDA, we'll be anchoring our approach on 2 areas. One is capacity building. Capacity building on really what it means to run for office. What are the dynamics you need to consider? How do you put together a campaign team? Olivia will be surprised. A lot of us don't know. Security questions.
Yes.
Where do you get resources and resource mobilizing? Because running for office is not cheap. And especially in Kenya, where we know it's one of the most expensive campaigns to run, including the electoral process.
Yes.
So we'll be having conversations with women across the 6 seats. So women who are vying from presidential to MCA level, trying our best to do what we can do, as we also look for other like-minded institutions to see what we can partner on and prepare the women. But secondly is a question of advocacy.
Yes.
Advocacy is very important because it's about shifting the attitude. It's about letting Kenyans know that a leader is a leader, and women leaders have proven themselves to be women. How do we prepare them? How do we, in a way, really advertise them, if I may use that word? How do we popularize them? Because we've seen the men who have the muscle, they started way before in terms of advocacy. And at times it's subtle, at times it's very pronounced, but each of whatever approach you use, there are resources at the core of it. So as FIDA and as institutions, we may not necessarily be able to give a candidate money.
Yes.
But we can try and see how do we support you. At the end of the day, our goal is vote at Dada. We want to get as many women as possible, and they're there, and those who've proven themselves. So we'll be key to make sure that we popularize whatever the party. It doesn't matter whether you're running as an independent candidate, but you have a proven track record. The community, the society knows about you. We will try our best to amplify that significant fact that you can lead as a woman, and the opportunity is now, and the platform is the 2022 elections.
Now, I've taken away that you've proven yourself, you are a leader, the community knows you. For those who are running for the first time, that may not be true. they've not proven anything.
Yes.
Maybe they've proven something to their parents. Maybe they've proven something to their partners. Maybe they've proven something to their children. But they haven't proven anything to society at large. So when you're talking about a candidate that's running for the first time, how are they able to demonstrate that, I want your support because I believe I can do this? Unless they're like CEO of some company who is now deciding, like the lady for Keroche,
Yes.
she wants to run. Governor, I'm a senator.
I think senator, if I'm not wrong.
Okay,
she's yet to declare it officially.
No, Keroche has happened. It's popular to Naijua.
Yes.
Yeah, fine.
Yes.
But other than her,
Yes.
the ones who are first-time MCA candidates, who are in those small kijijinis,
Yes.
what are you looking for? How are you going to nurture them?
You'll be surprised, Olivia. And I hear you in terms of them having the ability to let the community know of their track record. But we have been to the Mashinani's. And I'll tell you the work that a lot of these candidates are doing at Mashinani is amazing. Okay. They're the ones who are busy rescuing children who are abused. They're the ones busy agitating, even with county governments, for better resource allocation, better health centers. So you'll find in one way or the other, someone knows about their work. And you see, bottom line, what you're also telling the women, and you have to be realistic, is politics is also not, it's not for the faint-hearted. So you also have to have packaged yourself. Rightfully so, you don't wake up on the 10th of May and say you want to vie in August 2022 if you haven't done anything. So there's been an element of consistency. Yes. You'll find either they've been active at the county level, in their churches, in their religious groups, in their chamas, in Maendeleo. You'll find a lot of Maendeleo projects at community level in terms of advocacy for the girls and boys, equality in terms of safety, safe spaces and security questions. So somehow someone knows about their work. Yes. For any leader, bottom line, this is what we are saying for Kenyans, that we are not asking you to vote for women just because you're women. We are asking you to vote for women who we know have a proven record and track record and who have been interacting with yourselves, but at a different level. Now we want you to create space for them. Don't necessarily have the stereotype that they're women and they cannot perform. But on the flip side, also for the women candidates, and that's why we're running the academy, is to prepare them. Their strategies around politics, from whether it's grassroots to the highest offices in the world, strategy is important. So you need to have started thinking around it, get the right teams, the right people behind you, the resource mobilization that necessarily doesn't have to do with economic muscle. Yes, you need some seed money to start with, but resources is simply having an opportunity to speak to a congregation that a chief has assembled, or at the end of a service, or where children are just popularizing yourself, and eventually we've seen that you get into office. So that consistency, and you even go and you've done research pieces where you go to the community and they'll tell you, yes, we know about these women, they have been with us, they're the ones who have been vocal in terms of ensuring that boys and girls are protected, women are safe. So when you hear Mama Fulani, she's not a stranger, she has actually been at it, but this time she wants to throw her hat in the race to be an MCA. We'll give her a chance. What we are asking Kenyans not to do is, for example, you have Mama Kinyi and Baba Kinyi vying. Don't start being violent towards Mama Kinyi. The same airtime you're giving Baba Kinyi, give Mama Kinyi as well. Give her the opportunity to sell her policies, her manifesto, her strategy. At the end of the day, the ballot choice is yourself. You have a secret ballot on the day of casting the vote. You'll decide. But for now, let's avoid stereotypes, messaging, narratives, and violence that we know really deters women from really vying for office.
Is SpiceFM 94.4 in Nairobi. We are also streaming live, standardmedia.co.ke. Good morning, I am Olivia Otieno, hosting Double O Direct Women Everything, except calls, except tweets, except any other kind of digital engagement. You can even, you know what? You can even reach me on any social media platform. Mr. Brian Amilioto is my outfit by one Katungulu Mwendwa, already on our social. This outfit is by Katush. Find her on Instagram right now. I'm with the executive director of FIDA Kenya, Anne Ireri. The academy officially launches on Monday.
Yes.
Tell me the road leading up to that Monday. Like, how hard has it been trying to put together this Women Leadership Academy?
Oh, it's been many sleepless nights. Presently, we still are not sleeping, but I really want again to salute and to celebrate my staff at FIDA. I think the dedication, the sacrifice, including our board, who have been really invested in making sure that this time round, we really do give women what we can in terms of a platform, in terms of support.
Yes.
So we have been engaging with the 8 regional networks, which were formed some months back,
Yes.
which bring together the 47 counties. And through them, we've been able to learn what we need to focus on. We also have been undertaking research. We did have a policy brief that really looked at the gaps that existed, especially in 2017. What didn't we get right? What do we need to modify? What do we need to focus on from the women themselves in terms of their experiences? So that has informed a lot of what we are going with, starting on Monday, all the way until August 2022 and beyond, because remember, election is a process.
Yes.
We have the pre-election cycle, the election day itself, and beyond. How do we then position the women who have been successful to make the contribution? Because remember, Olivia, we are not just having women for the sake of it. It has got to translate into a betterment for the lives of girls, the marginalized, the vulnerable, and those who feel disenfranchised.
Yes.
So for us, it's really working with very many people. So I wouldn't say, yes, FIDA is taking the lead, but our development partners have really supported us, but also the frontline experiences, especially women who are already in office. And we work with a number of them.
Yes.
We have notable figures in the country who are FIDA members, but also friends of FIDA who are currently either in Senate, in the National Assembly, who are governors, to just share with us their experiences and what we need to tell the women or what we need to convey in form of a message as they prepare themselves. So we are really, really excited. It's been a long time coming. 6th December 2021. But beyond that, we want to ensure and to let Kenyans know on behalf of Kenyan women, we will try our best as FIDA to make sure we get quality leaders, we get women who can deliver, and we have them.
Yes.
What we are calling upon are the necessary institutions, starting with the security sector, the election management bodies, the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties, who we all work with. Let's put our heads together as we make sure we want to have fair, free, and credible elections. That includes ensuring that women and the marginalized and persons living with disability also have a fair chance at the ballot. We want a winner who wins fair and square, but a loser who's also not rigged out of office, but who accepts the defeat because it was fair and square.
In a gracious way.
Exactly.
Do I have to be vying to be able to attend the academy? What is the infrastructure and the structure behind attendance, and what will they actually learn while they're there, and how long is the process? I really want to find out about it. And as a the education, karatasi, nataka kujua, like what exactly will be going on.
Exactly. So around 2 months ago, we sent out the call for aspirants, and we did circulate it in all forms of media that we could, and it really did reach the grassroots levels. I remember a lady in Samburu telling me, by there I've seen your flyer in WhatsApp groups, because WhatsApp groups are very effective.
They are.
So we did make the call out, and I can confirm that close to 90% of those who, in fact, 100% of the women who had applied by close of applications are all being taken up into the academy.
Wow.
And we're speaking of 400 women.
That is incredible.
Yes. So, of course, we still have overwhelming demand. And because, of course, we are being alive to the reality that we are in a COVID period, we also don't want to be responsible and be safe around people and to make sure they are safe. So we will have a second edition. This is the first edition of the Women's Leadership Academy. And then thereafter, we will see how soon can we have a second edition for those who feel they were locked out. So we're also quite overwhelmed. We were excited. And we hope that from there, we can do our part, and the women aspirants can look back. Either way, whether you go through the primaries or not, at least it's a start. And if you have that deep desire, the burning passion to serve people, we always tell them the politics is not the only platform. Learn whatever lessons you can from the process, take it elsewhere. We'll have lots of opportunities, Olivia, in terms of appointive positions, in terms of leadership at county level, leadership within the community, leadership within other institutions. So let's also broaden women's perspective of leadership. Yes, elective politics is one, but there are so many other opportunities for great women who have a passion and desire to serve, to be able to be useful to the community.
I completely agree. Last week I hosted Rosa Mamo. She is the General Secretary of the Amalgamated Metal Workers.
Amazing lady. I have met her. She's amazing.
Incredible. She gave you a shout out because the work she is doing, we were talking about harassment in the world of work and violence. And let me tell you, the work you do, the work they do, hats off. 5.2 SpiceFM in Kisumu. I know you are also watching standardmedia.co.ke. Hello, Double O, Olivia Otieno here. And this, of course, is Double O Direct. Woman host, music by women, women guests, women in fashion, women authors. right? Got music by Destiny's Child and Tony Braxton coming up. Right now, though, I am with the Executive Director of FIDA Kenya, one Ann Ireri, and we're discussing the Women Leadership Academy, the Vote a Dada initiative. What are some of those non-monetary resources, right, that FIDA Kenya will be giving these women, these dadas, who are looking for votes come 2022?
One of the things we'll be focusing on, Olivia, is mental health. Mental health, because at the end of the day, and listening from those who have been there and are still there, you need support. The issue about mental health is that it takes a toll on you. Once you hit the campaign trail, once you declare your candidacy, once you decide that I'm vying for office, a lot will come your way. So what do you do in terms of self-care? How do you have people who are right around you to be able to tap into that resource, to encourage you? How do you align yourself with the great ways of really motivating yourself? Because it's going to get lonely. It's going to get tough. There'll be mudslinging at some point, for example. You can't stop that. I mean, when you're a woman, whether you're vying for office or whether you're in position of high authority or you're in the media, Olivia, the first thing they'll unpack you, who's Olivia?
Who's her husband?
Exactly.
Who's her boyfriend?
Exactly. What does
Who
she
is her
do?
sponsor?
All those things. I mean, it does take a toll on someone. So we'll want to also let women know that there's access to it. And especially now with COVID, we've seen issues of mental health being amplified. And there's no shame to it. It's actually very, very important. So
do you support their partners? Because let me tell you, this woman is going for this seat.
Yes.
This dude is just innocent. Yeah,
minding his own business.
Minding his own business. Hata and a girlfriend, he's very, very loyal, you know. Then suddenly he's being attacked. Oh, I saw you at this place with this woman. You're not even supporting you. Like, how do you prepare their partners?
What we offer is, even for our clients, is couple counseling. So should they feel they want it, or even family therapy, because at times it's the children who need to be prepared. Mom is going for office. This is what it will mean. In school, kids will talk about you as being my children. So we have the option of couple counseling and also family therapy. And we actually recommend any woman who's going for elective office, just prepare your family, both your nuclear, your immediate, and your extended, because a lot will come with it. And especially in a setup where, I'll give an example, you might be in Nairobi and your parents are up country, but then you get to be known as the parents of Olivia who's vying for office. The next thing, a whole village is streaming into your parents' home. So even that privacy, because we take things for granted, like enjoying privacy. So just preparing them, having that talk with them, and regularly preparing them so that they're able to know how to support you fully. At the end of the day, you're not running for office alone. You're not vying by yourself. It needs to be that community of people around you. Even the professional environment, you need colleagues who understand what it is that you're trying to do. And we've seen men do that quite well. So women need to learn from that and to see how best do we draw up in terms of tapping into these resources, and to ensure our mental health especially has to be okay and top notch.
What about playing devil's advocate? You know, just saying, are there any skeletons in this here, your closet?
And
if you're not okay with your skeleton, because people always say, can you be blackmailed? I'm like, I cannot be blackmailed. If you want to publish those photos, publish. If you want to publish those WhatsApp messages, publish. Because I own everything that I put out there. And I'll say, yes, that was me. I did it. That woman, the one without that was me.
By the way,
that text, that one, that was me. And then, because people will forget.
Exactly.
So how do you prepare these women for being exposed? Not exposure.
For being exposed.
I'll
borrow the words of those who have been there and who we hosted. We had Alice Wahome, Member of Parliament, Kandara, Millie Odhiambo, Suba North, and they're actually FIDA members. And I remember the one thing the ladies both agreed on is you must grow thick skin. It's not going to be a walk in the park. And some of the examples they gave, and at times it's not even exposure. I mean, Olivia, it's just propaganda. And people wanting to mudsling, especially, I mean, men, they do enjoy, they know our weak point as women, even fellow women, is your individuality, your dignity, your reputation. So that's one of the soft areas.
You're not the princess we thought.
I know. And now
you're not that angel we
exactly.
thought.
And all of a sudden, they even go shopping for someone who dumped you, I don't know how many years ago. I mean, you've seen that happen.
You dumped
exactly.
Him.
You dumped each other, whichever the way case, because it could actually be a good riddance. You have people who have been in your life, or I mean, that's what they enjoy. So what we tell the ladies is they need to be prepared that, yes, you're going to be exposed because you're vying for office. Vying for office, I mean, we've even seen what happened to the likes of Hillary Clinton.
Yes.
We've seen what Kamala Harris have had to go through,
Yes.
what Salif Johnson have had to go through. So you even next door, I mean, it's not been easy for Madame Suluhu as much as she ended. Now people started having an interest. Who is she? Who is she married? Who are her children?
Yes.
So you need to prepare those people, and that's why it's important. As you prepare yourself, prepare your people, especially your children, those who are closest to you. Then also know there'll be a level of that blackmail, that level of intimidation, especially in your reputation. So again, just grow thick skin, and just at the end of the day, know all this is meant to intimidate you to drop from the race. So be ready. And I like what you're saying.
Yes.
Own that. Yes, it was me then.
It was me.
Yeah,
And then
we move on.
the other thing is they must prepare for their immediate circle and the possibility of betrayal.
Yes.
You know, sometimes you think it'll be from out there, but sometimes the devil is in your house.
Next to you.
He's in your house. But
Yes.
Mumbi is saying, double O, you don't have any problems. You do offshore. Watampata wapi Croatia. Hizo X-Files. Watampata wapi Ulaya. Watampata. No, but seriously, we got
Yes.
so much to talk about. I need your parting words when we come back, all right?
Yes. Okay, thank you.
You laugh, Madame Ireri.
Yes, you have. Absolutely. I'm having a ball.
Good morning. I'm Olivia Otieno. We are about to get intentional about recognizing and appreciating women that inspired, uplifted, or motivated us this week. Like Ireri, why are we as women our own worst enemies?
I think partly it has to do with the socialization we go through, starting from the time many of us are young girls. And so we have got to be deliberate about the narratives we share, because competition is healthy. Men and boys, as they grow up, are trained to be competitive. Does it mean they hate each other overly? No. So we have got to learn to groom girls to be healthy in terms of, even if we have to compete, we have to make sure that we are out there, we achieve our goals. It's not at the cost of the other lady.
Yes.
And that then will make us appreciate that diversity is actually our strength. And so it's important we go back to what narratives we shape. And part of it has to do with, I mean, look at even some of the childhood storybooks. It's when you look at the narrative, it's always one girl pitting herself against the other. And society seems to form that as a norm. So we have got to go back, in my view, to be deliberate about the narrative we shape the girls with in terms of expanding their appreciation for diversity. And that, yes, we can be different, but it doesn't mean that one being different from the other actually means that you're better off than the other. So when we have that in place, even when it comes to leadership, it comes to professional opportunities, we'll be able to give each other a good spot, a good appreciation, and will not overly have to seem like we are cat fighting each and every day.
I like that. Cat fighting. Let's stop the cat fights. Now, your parting words?
Parting words is, as FIDA Kenya, we're extremely excited. We want to thank the women of Kenya who applied to be part of the Women Leadership Academy that is running from the 6th of December to the 8th of December in Nairobi. It is a first edition. Because of the overwhelming numbers, we are alive that we need to have another edition. And so once the year starts 2022, we'll make sure that we have that. But in the meantime, whether you're a woman in Mashinani or you're that woman who's vying to be president, Kenyans are waiting for you. Please put your manifesto ready, hit the ground running, get out, speak to Kenyans, let them give you a chance, be bold about what you're going for without apologies. And that way we'll get more and more people listening to you. And we as FIDA will make sure whatever else needs to be done in terms of institutions to ensure you go through the process fairly, we shall do our part. So don't relent. Whatever comes your way, please hold up the mantle. If your passion is to lead, go for it. We are backing you all the way.
Remember, The Matrix 4 is coming out. They will sling mud. Matrix moves. All right? Dodge it, dodge it, dodge it. We believe in you. You can achieve it. Ireri, have a fantastic Saturday.
Thank you so much. You too, Olivia. And thank you for having me as always. I enjoy myself every time I come here.
You're welcome.